The balancing act, work, life, and you. In today's fast-paced world, achieving a harmonious work-life balance can feel like a juggling act. We often find ourselves pulled in multiple directions, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and depleted. Setting clear boundaries between our professional and personal lives is not selfish. It's essential for our mental health, well-being, and ultimately, our productivity. Think of it like this. A well-rested, focused mind is far more effective than one that's constantly switched on and running on fumes. By setting boundaries, we create space for ourselves, allowing us to recharge, pursue our passions, and return to work refreshed and re-energized. This benefits not only us as individuals, but also our colleagues and employers. Remember, you are not a machine. You are a human being with needs and limits. Setting boundaries is a way of honoring yourself and your well-being. Clock in, clock out, defining your work hours. One of the most fundamental boundaries you can set is defining your work hours. This means establishing clear start and finish times for your workday and sticking to them as much as possible. Of course, there will always be exceptions and urgent situations that require flexibility. However, making a conscious effort to adhere to your defined work hours sends a clear message. You value your personal time and are committed to protecting it. Communicating these hours to your colleagues and supervisors is equally important. Let them know when you are available and when you are not. This helps manage expectations and prevents misunderstandings. By being upfront about your work hours, you create a framework for healthy and sustainable work habits.
After hours. Not on my watch. Managing communication. In our hyper-connected world, it's easy to feel pressured to be available 24/7. Emails, texts, and instant messages can blur the lines between work and personal time. This constant connectivity can lead to stress, burnout, and an inability to truly disconnect and recharge. Remember the ancient Greek philosophers, the Stoics. They emphasized the importance of inner peace and tranquility. They believed external factors shouldn't dictate our emotional state. Similarly, we can choose to manage our relationship with technology and communication. Set clear boundaries around after-hours communication. Consider turning off work notifications, silencing your phone, or designating specific times to check and respond to work-related messages outside of work hours.
Prioritizing tasks and managing our time effectively is crucial for setting boundaries and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Often we feel overwhelmed by a never-ending to-do list, leading to stress and a sense of being constantly on.
Take inspiration from the principles of essentialism, a philosophy that encourages us to focus on the essential tasks that truly matter and eliminate the rest. Ask yourself, what are the most important tasks I need to accomplish today? What can I delegate or eliminate from my workload?
By prioritizing and focusing on the essential, we create space for the things that truly matter, both in our professional and personal lives. Remember, your time is your most valuable asset. Treat it as such.
Saying no can be challenging, especially in a work environment where we want to be seen as team players. However, learning to politely but firmly decline requests that infringe on our boundaries is essential for protecting our time and energy.
Think of it like this. Every time you say yes to something, you're essentially saying no to something else. Perhaps you're saying no to spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, or simply taking a much-needed break.
When declining a request, be clear and concise about your reasoning. You don't need to over-explain or apologize. Simply state that you're unable to take on the task at this time, but you'd be happy to help find someone else who might be available. Open and honest communication is crucial when it comes to setting boundaries. Don't be afraid to have conversations with your colleagues, supervisors, and clients about your limits and expectations. Remember, clear is kind.
When communicating your boundaries, be direct, respectful, and solution-oriented. Explain how setting these boundaries benefits both you and your work. For instance, you could say, by protecting my evenings, I'm able to return to work each morning feeling refreshed and ready to tackle my tasks with full focus.
Remember, setting boundaries is not about creating walls or being inflexible. It's about establishing healthy and sustainable ways of working that benefit everyone involved.